In the world of social media, it's become very apparent that people are very much about their status in life. It's very important to put out a particular image, a persona, and to say, I am of this particular type of person or this particular background, I'm this type of education, I am in a particular type of job, I have a certain level of managerial responsibility, or I own my own business, or whatever. Everything is about statuses and statuses and statuses, as so much as what is my status as far as how many Facebook friends I've got, or how many followers of Instagram. People are judging and judging and judging, and this is the whole thing about statuses. They are very, very limiting, because people judge other people as well as we self-judge. And this is where the crux of life and its limitations are, because there aren't limitations based on status. It is a phenomenon of the mind, the Maya mind, which tries to grab everyone and put them into little boxes and categorize them. But no. I am an individual, you're an individual, and everyone else is an individual. And we shouldn't be trying to judge everyone based on what social media, for instance, or society as a whole says what it should be. We should be judged on basically our knowledge, our intellect, and in our case of Krishna Consciousness, our devotional practice. But no one should be judging anyone, because ultimately we are all performing at a certain level that we have the capacity to perform at. And this is really, really important. You see, in the material world, everything is about competition, 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 and competition. We're told from a very young age, be the most successful son, be the most successful daughter, have this status, have this type of job, have this type of money, this type of family, this type of a home and car, and all these possessions, etc. Status, 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 status. But no. Here in Krishna Consciousness, we're all equal. And it's very, very, very important, whether you're cleaning the toilets or you're senior management, everyone is equal. Because it doesn't take you to become the temple president to be the most learned of persons. You could be the cleaner of the toilets and be just as equally learned. And this is really, really, really important. And this is where we have to come away from the world of judgmentation. And I had to do this myself, because in my past, before Krishna Consciousness, I was very, very judgmental and very assumptuous. That's the other dangerous one, making assumptions about people or things or circumstances that you don't know all the information or the full facts. And this is absolutely crux. We need to be able to actually just look at someone and just appreciate them for who they are. Now, in Krishna Consciousness, we have the 4 ashrams. The 4 ashrams aren't about one's status, but actually one's style of life. For instance, from the very young age, say around 5 years old, all the way through to 25, we have the Brahmachari ashram. And the Brahmachari ashram is where young children learn to become monks and go through the discipline of the Gurukul. And then, from the age of 25 to 50, people are encouraged of mind to get married and join the Grasta ashram. Some brahmacharis will stay in the brahmachari and not go to Grasta. And then after the age of 50, when one's children have grown up, then people are encouraged to go to the forest, go to Vanapasta ashram. Not literally to the forest, but away from family life, and start to go more deeper as a monk and discover a little bit more about who they are and their purpose. And then there are certain purified souls who may come to the sannyasi ashram. So there are 4 ashrams which are different lifestyles rather than category of people. But at the same time, some might say, well, if I've been a brahmachari from the age of 5 years old, Am I going to be more learned than someone who comes into the Vanapastra ashram at the age of 50, who hasn't had that brahmachari upbringing? Well, again, we shouldn't judge anyone, because, you see, we don't know about each other's or our own past lives. And in our past lives, it's quite probable that one has been going through Krishna consciousness in previous lives. And if one has been going through Krishna consciousness in previous lives, that means that they have a certain knowledge, intellect, and level of devotional service. So, it's not straightforward. Why does this all come up? Because I'm reading today Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st Canto, Chapter 7, 2nd verse. And in this verse, Sri Suti is explaining the asrama system, because it's really, 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 really important to understand that everyone here in Krishna consciousness, being treated as equal, have the equal opportunity to serve the Lord, to study, to build up a love relationship with the Lord. And it's very, 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 very beautiful. You see, in general society, everyone is categorized. But here, we're just we're just Prabhus, and we're Matajis. And within that, there is no categorization. None at all. And whatever is happening in my life, or your life, or another Prabhu's or Master's life, is by the arrangement of the Lord. You see, at a certain level of purification, the Lord takes us through specific lessons and teaches us specific skills and understanding about devotional service, more about our purpose in life, more about unconditional love, and the big question in life: who am I? Who are you? Who are you? So, we need to find a way not to put people into boxes and categorize them and judge them. As I said to you before, I've done it so many times in the past. And lo and behold, I've been very, very wrong. Or I've been limiting to someone else or to myself in respect to the box I put themselves in, or I put myself in. So, how is it for you? Do you find that you're very judgmental? Do you find that you fit inside a certain box that fits properly for you? Or do you feel that it's time possibly to jump out of your box? Because if we stay in this box, limiting ourselves and limiting others, then our potential cannot be fully explored. And it's really, really, really important. We need to come out of the box. We cannot feel any limitations. The only limitation is there by the Lord's arrangement. But even that is not permanent, because there's nothing permanent about me, what I think, what I know, what I do, what I understand, my knowledge, my intellect, my emotional being, my physical being. There's nothing that is limiting for me, for you, or for anyone else. And this is the beauty about Krishna consciousness. The Lord takes us through the different stages of our own self-study, our own awareness, our soul connection with the Lord, our Atma, our Para-Atma, how we connect with the Lord, how we communicate with the Lord, this love relationship. On the basis that we keep an eyes open mind, that everything is by the Lord's arrangement, not by my arrangement or your arrangement, then He will open up certain doors for us and open windows, and that we can see through and beyond, or go in and see what's beyond. And this is beautiful. It is so, so beautiful. You see, in society categorizes absolutely everyone. And everyone is limited, or expected, or does fit into a box, or not fit into a box. I don't fit into a box in society generally, because I, being a sensitive soul, I would be treated as being a bit extreme. Why can't you eat the same as everyone? Why can't you do the same as everyone? Why can't you work at the same as everyone? Why can't you believe in the same as everyone? Why can't you dress in the same as everyone? And that's the background I came from. That's what my family used to say to me, why can't I be like everyone else? What you and everyone else is not the same. We need to come to some acceptance. We're all individuals. And this is what I love about Krishna Consciousness. There isn't this prejudice. No one's interested in knowing what my background is as far as what culture, what religion, what belief. Yes, I'm a Jewish boy, and that's where I come from in my life. But I've not been told to renounce it. I'm not told that I can't practice anything. It doesn't mean I have to disengage from my family and the traditions. No. But in my day-to-day life, living here in the ashram, my whole focus and 100% of my life is between me and the Lord Krishna. And it's very, 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 very beautiful. But similarly, no one is judging me on what I've done in the past or judging me on who I am today. We try to accept everyone and everyone as beautiful beings who are on a very personal path with the Lord. And as I mentioned previously, the Lord has an individual study syllabus for each of us based on our past and our current and what He's got planned for us in our future. So, are you ready to jump out of your box? Do you feel that you've been limited in your life up till now? And maybe there's something more to be explored? Have you been putting other people into categories and boxes and judging them and making very big assumptions like I have done in the past? I leave you with these thoughts. I leave you with these thoughts because now, not tomorrow, not next week, is a time to start to look at life very, very differently. Obviously, of course, if you can't do it till next week, fine, accepted. But what I mean is we've got to stop putting things off and putting things off. But if you're not ready, maybe the Lord is saying you're not ready. If you think you're ready, maybe the Lord says, okay, I'm going to make the arrangements for everything to be made possible for you. So whatever your lifestyle is, whatever your background is, whatever your faith, your belief, what religion, your color of your skin, what type of work you do, where you live, is never a limiter in Krishna Consciousness. The door is open to everyone to be treated individually, and therefore through devotional service we learn how we can develop this beautiful love for the Lord, where He is the one who answers all of our questions. And particularly when we access the Lord through our spiritual masters, when we do it through our spiritual masters, we study the Shastra. It's so important, because then we're taking good guidance, a good association, and that is absolutely key. So rather than you thinking you're out there on your own, I'm not sure how to do it, the door is open here. Write a comment on one of the videos, ask a question. Come and meet with me here. I'm in ISKCON Vrindavan. Send me a message. Or go to your local ISKCON Mandir and speak to some acharyas, speak to some of the sannyasis, speak to some of the pure devotees, and take guidance. We're always here to help everyone else. And that is one of the most beautiful lessons in life. Life isn't anymore just about me, I. It's all about how can I serve the Lord through the devotees. So my endeavor is to serve you here in this video, to serve you in other ways. And whatever way, door is open. And that's beautiful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.